We are contemplating what to do for our Q3 project. At first we were going to make a little race car, but that's not fun enough. We think we're going to make an electronic baby. Our project is still a secret from Dr. Shields, and it will be unveiled tonight when he reads our milestone. Oh, by the way, our baby is named Skillet. Skillet Sigma, possibly. We've been talking about wheels to power it on its belly. The hard part will be concealing the wheels, because we don't want our baby to look like a car.
If you do like 2 in, it's gonna go to like...
We want it to look like a baby. So today we unveiled our project to Dr. Shields. We made a list of the things that we want our doll to do. It has a sound sensor that listens, and if it hears loud noises, it'll start to cry. And then to make it stop crying, you put a bottle in its mouth. Second priority is to have a gyroscope in it so it can sense if it's being shaken and possibly even if it's being rocked sweetly. And then sort of more ambitious is having it be able to crawl, and that could either be with wheels or using arms, but arms is probably harder.
I'm trying to figure out how to model a baby in SolidWorks, but it's not very easy.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, this is Skillet, the new addition to our mechatronics family.
What we just got is an accelerometer/gyroscope. This will be able to tell, hopefully, if the baby is upside down or if the baby has been shaken. Now the tricky part is that these pins aren't really connected, so we're going to need to solder like that. We just soldered this little accelerometer together. Today we've been working on our code for Skillet. We actually pretty much figured out a way to tell if he's upside down. If the acceleration in the y direction is negative between two values, and it's pretty big range, then he'll cry. And we also have this new thing called shaky. All right, we're testing shaky. I'll tell you when the monitor says he's being shaken. Not yet. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Cho helped us with our code and trying to reorganize it. We're working on the bottle for Skillet. So you put the bottle in Skillet's mouth, and it has to be in his mouth for a certain amount of time before he stops crying. But we need to make sure that he doesn't cry while he has the bottle in his mouth, because we want him to be like a real baby. Today we worked on our code, and we were having some problems with the bottle for the baby.
We finally coded it so that the minute the button is pressed, the baby will stop crying, and then if you hold the button long enough, the baby will stay done crying. We want to make it so that if Skillet has been upright for a certain period of time, he says, "I'm sleepy," and you put him down. So we're trying to figure out what things Skillet should cry about and what things he should talk about, because he may or may not be able to speak and say things. So today we finally got a code that will make the baby be sleepy. The baby will get sleepy if they've been sitting up too long, and then will feel rested once they've been lying down long enough. The baby will say out loud that it's sleepy if it's both sleepy and hasn't said it's sleepy yet. Today we got some soldering done. We only have 2 things to put, but this used to be a bunch of disconnected parts, and now it's almost a completed wave shield. So today, Eliza, what did we get done on our project? I soldered some. Leah's not here. She's visiting William and Mary. We'll see how she likes it. Here's what we've got done. I worked on soldering. I put these wires in. I don't know what it is yet. Once I finish this, then I can do some Googling, wire it up, and plug it in, and test the sample code that I found online.
We've had AP exams most of this week.
But the sample code finally uploaded on Monday. We just had to download some libraries, and so now it should work.
We've decided, we have 2 more classes of mechatronics left, and that's not really enough to finish Skillet. We'll spend the time prepping Skillet and finish Skillet.
We don't want Skillet to die. We're hoping that our dream, our goals for him can blossom through someone else's work. So, if you're listening and you want to finish building our robot baby, pay close attention.
We have 2 different strings of code on the wiki page, and you'll need to figure out a way to put them together.
But what we don't have is the audio response, and so we've done the tricky part of doing all the soldering so that
The Wave Shield is ready, but all you need to do is format the SD card and then make some WAV files, format those files, get them into the code, and you got to figure out how to code it so Skillet can talk. Skillet still, since you might have a whole semester to do this, Skillet maybe could crawl. That's
Skillet
still
also needs a bath really badly. He is disgusting, so you should do that really fast.
Yeah, definitely clean that child. We did discover that we do not have the resources for Skillet to hear. We have a little microphone and we have the Wave Shield, but they don't actually work so that Skillet can hear in the way we'd want him to so that he could respond to it. So if you want Skillet to hear, you're gonna need something new.
That's your challenge. Well, along with many other challenges. It's bath time for Skillet because he's super grungy. Cold water.
Leah, what has been the biggest challenge with Skillet for you personally?
Well, is that stuck in my hair? It is.
You're so bad.